Alright guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the vlog. So today I wanted to go over a couple different things about our rooftop tent that you guys have yet to see. We haven't done a full in-depth review of this thing yet, so I wanted to kind of go over some of the features on the Smittybuilt and also kind of talk about the truck a little bit. Of course, you guys know the ZR2 is not really all that common for being an overlander, but we're giving it a shot and it seems to be doing fairly well. Now, a couple things that we have done to the truck is we've added the aux beam pods on there, and of course, you know, we got the spotlights on the front. And the other thing, guys, several of you mentioned this roof rack in the comments, and I was able to actually lower this thing. This rack is now sitting about 4 inches lower than it was before. So if you guys have a Yakima roof rack and you know, you want to lower it down a little bit, best way to do that is to invert the mounts, and by doing so it lets the rack drop about 3 to 4 inches, and that's a huge difference. You can see it's sitting almost flush with the top of the truck, so that, I feel like that really helped it out a lot. But let's go ahead and unfold this tent and give you guys a look at this thing all the way unfolded. And we're going to kind of go over everything about the tent. Of course, I'm daily driving the truck with this on it, so that is, you know, one thing to keep in mind is you can still daily drive your truck if you have one of these tents. So we're going to go ahead and unfold this thing and kind of show you guys around. Alright guys, so the first thing we're going to do is unbox this tent for you, and I want to go over kind of some of the steps that you have to take. So the first thing you got to do when you're taking your tent off, or you know, if you've actually put this thing on or just normal setup, you got these two straps on the side. You're going to loosen those straps up. This just kind of helps hold the cover of the tent on. And then these Smittybuilt tents, most of them are all Velcro, so that's kind of convenient. It's really fast. This is the best part of a roof rack. Okay, so next step though, you got your step ladder. Usually on mine, I try to tie it up here, and then we're going to unfold it. So here on the back side of the tent, you've got these two levers. You pull those up, it's going to allow this to slide. Pull them back down till you hear them click again. Once it locks into place, you're good. You got a couple more safety straps. And there's two more on the back side. Alright, so now we're ready to unfold the tent. Everything's off and everything's unhooked. So the best way to unfold this tent is to put your ladder all the way out like I've got it. Push down. That's going to start to unfold. And as you push down, you're going to pull back. So push down towards the tire and then unfold back. There's also some tent poles kind of that you get to keep up with, but the little rain flies also help kind of ventilation at night and keep the tent cooler during, you know, the day hours and stuff if you're not in the tent. So let's go ahead and throw those on, and we're going to give you a little tour of the tent. Alright, so we got most of our tent poles in, but I did want to show you guys how these things hook up. So on the Smittybuilt tent, they have pre-drilled some holes here that are at like a 30-degree angle or so. And what they do is you'll turn them this way. It just holds your rain fly open. Goes through the eyelet. So then, once you have all that done, you're ready to go in the tent. Alright guys, tent's unfolded. Everything's pretty well finished. So this is pretty much what camp would look like. At least out of the Z on a normal basis. So I didn't open the back window, but that just kind of shows you if it's in cold weather, how much better it can do. And we'll go in here and kind of show you guys all the little pockets and features on this tent. Now, the beauty of having this tent on a smaller truck or a low profile rack is that you're not that high in the air whenever you, of course, go to set it up, get in it, change anything. So it's really convenient. And the ladder isn't unfolded all the way out, so it's not too crazy to get in. It is a two-man tent. And you've got a couple different windows you can open, a rear window you can open, and also some pockets in here. You've got these windows here and they open pretty easily. A couple zippers, and it definitely gets some airflow in here. And we've actually had about 8 trips in this thing, and it's done fantastic every time. I can't complain about our tent. Actually had to put it up a little bit wet once, and of course dried it off, unfolded it. Everything looks good in here. I don't see any signs of mold or mildew or anything that stands out to me. But it has this nice mesh all around the tent. And of course these are actually here to help you get in the tent. So once you get in the tent for the first time, you can unfold those. Alright, so this is with your back window open. As you guys can see, it's very well ventilated in here. It's not half bad, actually. The mattress in here is pretty soft. It does a fantastic job at night. I haven't had too much trouble sleeping in here. As you can see, I can fold out pretty far. So really this is like a 2-man tent, and it does fantastic for weekend overlanders, or maybe if you're going on a week-long trip. But anything more than that, you know, you really don't want to push your luck with this. But this is a good tent. Like, this is a very good starter tent, and it works fantastic. Like I said, we've been on 6 trips with it, and I can't really complain too much about it. I've felt very safe in it, and we've actually been in the rain in it a lot. And this tent's performed fantastic for me. And if you guys are even thinking about getting a rooftop tent, entry level, you know, obviously the Smittybuilt's going to be entry level, but for what I use it for, weekend and maybe a week-long trip at the most, it is perfect. Alright guys, so there you have it. Full review of the Smittybuilt Overlander tent. If you guys are wondering, as far as like price range and things like that, these tents are going to run you about $850. So compared to some of the competition that's out there, this is actually a fairly affordable tent for someone that's starting out, or if you're just wanting to maybe get your feet wet in this and try it. You know, that's kind of my thing, was I didn't know if I'd even like this, so I was kind of worried about as far as spending a lot of money on it. I was like, man, I don't know if I'm even going to be able to enjoy camping from a tent like this. But I can tell you now, there's a huge difference in a rooftop tent and an actual ground tent. So if you guys are even having second thoughts at all about buying a rooftop tent, head on over and check out some of Smittybuilt's products. They do a pretty nice little tent for the money, and it works great on this rig. So far, it's been fantastic. Now, if you guys are wondering, I have been daily driving my truck with this tent on there. So this truck has been daily drove with the tent on. It's been on the truck now for, I would say at least 6, maybe 3 or 4 months, somewhere in there. Forgot how long it's actually been on here. But this thing has been incredible. So we've got some more trips planned with it. You're going to see a lot more videos coming out with this thing. And, you know, I just want to kind of go over this and give you guys a full in-depth review of the tent. And, you know, show it fully assembled as well. You know, like I said, we're one of the only ones actually running this tent on a ZR2. As far as I know, no one else has actually attempted this or done it yet. But if you're wanting to try this and you have one of these trucks, or you're even just watching this video for the tent, you know, definitely give Smittybuilt a look. It's a great product, and I've got to say, so far I love it. It's been awesome for me. I want to thank you guys for watching this video though, and if you haven't done it already, make sure and subscribe. So click right here and give me a follow. Go ahead and click the bell while you're at it. You'll get updates, and you'll be some of the first to see the videos as they are released. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, and have a good one.